Alright, here's where we're at. We got the engine running on propane. We know it'll run on it, and it runs good. We just have to bring the RPMs down. We won't have to chug along around 400 or 500. But we're changing things around as we go. And one thing is, we were going to mill out this hunk of acrylic and mill out the section, you know, for the valve clearance and just like the inside of the head. But instead of doing that, we decided to just put a spacer in there because the valves don't lift that high. You know, they're just under 1/4 inch. So what we're going to do is going to make a spacer. And I'm going to use the gasket here as a template. And this is 1/8 of an inch aluminum. And that's another thing. You know, we're going to use the aluminum. It should dissipate a little heat, probably nothing, probably not enough to make a difference, but we'll use that as a spacer. We're going to need a gasket on the bottom of that and then a gasket on top, and these gaskets are 1/16. So with 2 gaskets and that thin piece of aluminum there, that'll give us our 1/4 inch, and that'll also aid us because we're going to have to take his head off periodically to clean it. You know, we're not stupid. We know it's going to get some kind of scarring or even hazing or something. You know, I mean, we're not completely ignorant to that fact. So it'll make it that much easier to clean it and buff it and make it clear again. So if it's not all milled out and it's just a flat surface. So that's probably what I'm going to do today is just try to make a template out of the aluminum there, or a spacer. And also I'm going to have to probably send this to Mike's house because that ain't going to fit on my little mill. And he's going to have to bore that out. That's a tapered shaft on there. And he'll have to bore it out. I think this is maybe 5. I don't know. I thought it was 5/8, but looking at it, I think it might be 7/8. But anyway, he's going to have to bore it out to that, and then we'll mill this little keyway here. Probably mill it all the way down, maybe just till it's outside of the seal. And I'll give that to him to do. So for now, let's lay this out, and I'll cut it and start making a template. Alright, I'm going to throw some Dicam on here. Probably just trace it out with a marker, but I'm doing this more for the holes than anything else. I'm gonna have to get some new stuff. This here's kind of it's getting kind of gloppy. It's not laying down very well. All right, let's let that dry, and I'll lay out the spacer there. All right, I brought you guys over here so maybe you can see a little better. But what I did is I just lined this up to the edge. I'm probably gonna make it wider than it is, make it easier on myself instead of cutting around all these holes and stuff. But for now, I'm just going to cut the size of that. Put my glasses on so you can see. Oh, that's better. Alright, let's give it a try. This is mainly why I'm doing it with the blue, so I can get these holes pretty good. And you're only scratching away the blue, so you really don't have to use much pressure here. Scratches right off. See, I'm trying to stay out of your way. Pretty tough though. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, there we go. Like I say, I'm gonna widen it right here and come to the edge and then come along here. You're not gonna see any of that because it's gonna be under the fins and stuff. Alright, I guess what I'll do first is I'll drill out the holes, and then I'll probably drill out this big part here and then these two little guys. Alright. Alright. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but because I'm looking at a screen 2 by 3 inches and it's 10 foot away, so you guys can probably see better than I could see what you're seeing right now. So, all right, let's do something with that. All right, I got most of. Oh, got my glasses there. Let me pick them up. I need them to see sometimes. All right, I got the big hole in the middle. That's a 2-inch hole, and then the one for the valve over here. See? I'm using these Harbor Freight bits. I've had them for a while, these hole saws, and they're actually pretty good. You know, some things you buy from Harbor Freight are decent, but they pay for themselves. So let me bring you around for the last hole here. I don't know if you can hear me, but I mean, they're not perfect, but it's doing what I need it to do. You know, it's cutting that aluminum almost like it's wood. I got very little pressure on it. Letting it do its own thing, letting it cut. If I put too much pressure, I know it's going to grab. Feels like we're almost through. There we go. That's the first one that did any squeaking on me. But if I burn them bits up, I just throw them out. I'd rather not have the wheelie mess and everything. Okay. I was looking at it. I forgot about you guys. Sorry about that. Alright, now I just got to cut a little piece out back here and 2 little pieces over here. And then we'll cut around the outside. Alrighty. Alright, I got the little air hacksaw hooked up here, and I'm going to go at it from behind, only because I can see where it's going in the front here. I'll try to stay out of your way here. I don't know if I can or not. So you know what, let me get this one up top here first. I'm not going to get too close because it's kind of thin there, and I'll get the rest of it with that worked good, but I think I need some earplugs. Hold on. Ay. I knew I was going to get some vibration, but I didn't know it was going to be that loud. Okay, I got my eye protection just fell on the floor and my headphones here, so let's try and get this other part. Ready? That looks good. I left a little there so I could file it by hand and get it right where I wanted it. Now I'm going to try a different approach. I might go over to the bandsaw and try and cut this outside, so let me give that a try. Alright, I got the bandsaw set up over here, and it's, like I said, I just have it standing up. So we're going to try this. Kids, don't try this at home. It worked pretty good, so I'm gonna trim most of this around here and see what it looks like. And then I'll show you guys later. Okay, we pretty much got the shape. Now I'll probably go over on the sander and just clean it up. Like I say, kids, don't try this at home. Okay, I tried a little bit of it, and it's doing pretty good. It's cutting nice. This sandpaper here is pretty much wore out. It's time to change the disc, but that might be to my benefit, so let's give it a whirl. do a little more, and then we'll show you some of it. Alright, I got it where I want it now. It's pretty much perfect. But like I said, I left the meat on the outside there because I think it would help. And you're not going to see it anyway. So, alright, what I got to do now is right here I just got to round this little bit off. Same with over here. And then this little titty right here. I could hit it with a Dremel, but I think I'm going to do it by hand. Just file it by hand because it's aluminum and there's not that much. Alright, let me put you up in your perch. Alright, we got a coarse file here. And it's working pretty good. It's taking off a good bit of material. It's just about there. So you get the round side over here. That's making it nice. Okay. This is about perfect. I got a fine file here. That'll make it nice. Alright, let me do, that's just about it where I want to be. Alright, let me do these two other ones and we should be done. Clean that up and take the blue off and we'll be done. Alright, I finished up. I'm happy with the way it looks. Came out nice. And I was putting it up here up against the valves. You can see, I'll let you focus in there a little bit. You see the valves come up a good bit. More than you would think. And they are set the way they're supposed to be, to spec. So when you stick the one spacer on here, see what I'm saying? When I made it extra thick on the sides there, you don't even know because the way the cylinder walls are and the fins. And then you take one gasket and you put that on there. And let me bring the valve up to the top. Okay. And if you look at it from the side, it's just touching. So, if you take another gasket, let me get this out of there. Well, you're going to need two gaskets anyway. You're going to need that gasket, and then the spacer, and then a gasket on top of that. And then that'll give you a 1/16 of an inch. The gaskets, or that valve's still at the top. And you should have clearance. About a 1/16 of an inch clearance, which is okay. Yeah, some guys mentioned something about ruining the displacement and the horsepower and the ratio and stuff like that. These little engines don't really mean anything. You know, I mean, this is a 5S, a 1 horsepower. When they came out with a 6S, all they did was change the stroke and add another fin and lengthen the bore. So they really didn't do much to it. So I don't think it'll make any difference. But what we're going to do is test it first. I'm just going to make a flat piece of steel head and put it on there with a spark plug in it, and we'll see if it runs. You know, before we even try it with the plastic head, we'll just try it with a homemade flat head. Alright, I don't know how long this video is, but if it's too long we're going to knock it off, and if we have room we'll throw something else on the end there. Alrighty.